This is Cyderbaby. We're at Corner of the World 2023, day 3, and festival openers. LaVire. Hi.
Hello.
Right, you better introduce yourselves.
Yeah, I'm Adam. I'm the drummer. I hit things.
I didn't actually see you at the back. We'll get to that.
I'm Chloe. I'm the lead singer, frontwoman of the band.
Aaron 1, bassist.
Aaron 1.
Aaron 2, guitarist.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
I was sat there, it would be Aaron 1.
Yeah.
Depends who you ask first.
Yeah, is that the guitarist's ego getting in the way, being Aaron 1?
No, I'm happy to be 2.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm
Number
happy to be
2's got a certain
Yeah, I know.
stigma.
I'm still happy.
Don't make him cry now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Actually, watching you two, I can't remember the second to last song. I can't remember the name of the song.
No
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah, and you're like shredding in the middle, and both of your fingers are going like this. I think my fingers didn't do that back until I was about 4 years old. Yeah, I've got pumpy hands, but just watching you on the fretboards is just amazing.
Yeah, what's really frustrating about that is I take time writing stuff, and he picks up in about 10 minutes, which is really frustrating. So I'll be there like a whole evening, like, okay, it needs to go like this, and that particular section as well is probably the biggest stretch on the fretboard. It's kind of like maybe the most difficult bit to do, and I remember taking it to the rehearsal room and be like, I got this idea, I think this will work, and then after about the second run, I was like, yeah, got it. I'm like, that's so frustrating.
Do you though?
Act like it was more difficult than that. But yeah.
It's a bass thing, you see.
Yeah, I mean,
They got 2 less strings to worry about.
I guess it's a bass thing, but also he does these really good Bob Ross style videos where he sits there, and it was during lockdown, so he had this massive beard.
Oh yeah,
and that's I think just mesmerised me, and it allowed me to learn it really easily.
Yeah.
I
I'd come up with a riff and then do a video, put it in a private chat in the style of Bob Ross.
Yeah, I don't even play guitar, and I would still watch those to fall asleep.
That was
It
so
was just
good.
very soothing.
That riff though, the couple of times I played it a bit like when I count in and then we kick in. That early on, I played it a bit fast a couple of times, and the side eye from Aaron.
Yeah,
You
don't play that bit
just
fast.
turn around to me and be like,
Can you not?
I'm like, okay, just keep it slow.
Okay, so let's step it back a bit. Where are you guys from?
Lincoln, down the road, just here.
Local lads and lasses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's where we live.
kind of. Yeah, we live in Lincoln. I'm French. I don't have a speech impediment. I'm actually not English. Just so you know.
I kind of guessed that from the accent.
Thank you, but some people don't.
Okay, so when did you form? How did you get together? I mean, what happened?
2019, me and Chloe wanted to put a heavy rock band together, and we were just thinking of people who would be ideal for that. And I remember Aaron was in a band years ago called Look Up Laura. I was like, that's exactly the kind of material that that I think we would like to work with. So we got in touch with him. We went for a pint in the pub, and then with Aaron. So we've been in bands before, and I was like, I really wanted Aaron to be in the band because not only is he an amazing bassist, as we just said, a really good backing vocalist and lead vocalist as well, but we had to go through 2 other bassists first, and eventually we got you.
You would not expect the bassist to be the diva of the band, and still,
So you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
it played hard to get.
See this guy over here who mustn't be named. See on the camera. He's a bass player.
There we go.
He's a diva.
Pipe down.
Diva.
I'm going to suffer all the way home.
Yeah.
Okay, so formed in 2019. What music have you got out that people can listen to?
So we have a first run of songs that we put on Spotify under the name Tides, because that's what we used to be called.
Right.
But we found out that it turns out there's a lot of people called Tides on the internet, so we decided to change our name back in 2021 to LaVire. So we have four songs under Tides, and we released an EP a few months ago with 5 songs on it.
Right.
You can find it on all the music platforms, including YouTube. And we are currently finalizing the last detail of our new EP, and we are releasing the first single on the 30th of June with a music video. And we played it today. It's called Fall From Grace.
Yeah, I do remember that. You have to wing that over to me and I'll get it played on the radio as well. So.
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
so describe your sound. I mean, female fronted
I am
rock.
not answering that.
Female fronted rock is a people try to make it a fashion statement, but it's finally at last coming to the front, to the spotlight, which I find, because it should have happened years ago. It's only now being popular, but you're not like everybody else. You've got your own style, so just describe.
I mean, maybe it's just me being a bit pure. I don't really like being female fronted because I happen to be a woman, but we are a heavy rock. We're not quite metal, but we are not quite rock either. We're on that fine line where we are mixing really heavy melodic. Aaron writes all the melodies and we just work around there, and it's so like emotional, but at the same time we have a mix of clean and also heavy screamy vocals. So yeah, we're on that fine line between heavy rock and slight very soft metal, I think, but I don't know if you had a better way to put it.
I think it really helps us in a lot of ways, because like Chloe was saying, it's different. It is different. Sometimes we can get on a lineup that's very metal, and sometimes we get put on a lineup that's quite soft, and we're the heavy band. So it works in our favour, and sometimes it's quite challenging as well to kind of put us in a pocket and say we're this style. But I think we try and compose every song with a balance of composition and melody, but also chaos and distortion and riffs, and try and always weave in and out of those two. And I think that dawns on all our influences, our individual influences of bands that do that. Switch up riffs, melodies, big chorus, big anthemic choruses, push that middle eight, that bridge, to bring it home in the last chorus. And it works. I think for us it works.
And I think the other thing is we try and write, like Aaron will bring ideas. I think the way they end up coming out is we try and end up with something that's never the same as anything we've done before. Right. So our entire set, each song almost has its own little difference, its own little variance to it, where we go, okay, that's different to anything we've written or come up with before. Yeah. And it means we can kind of play around with kind of quite diverse sets depending on who we're sort of playing with, and our sound has that sort of that very broad nature to it.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I could see, it's the quality of the music. It just shines through. It doesn't matter if you're metal or if you're just rock. A good song is a good song, and you've got a handful of them. They're just what I've heard today.
Get them right.
It's my beer. Come on.
Cider. But it's the promoters, I think, you're going to have to struggle with, because they won't quite know where to pitch you. But every time you go to a different gig, you're going to pick up fans wherever you go, because I was just saying, I like that. I like that. Is it? So yeah.
I think it's also our job, and that's what we've been doing a lot for the past few months, is that as a band, if you just play, it's good, but it's not going to get you anywhere. You have to do a lot of work at the back of promoting yourself on socials, promoting yourself, going to promoters and just showing that this is what we do, this is what we can do, this is who we are. And it's not a question of like, maybe you might like us, that you will like us, listen to it. And it's a bit bold, but I think nowadays, where there's such a huge pool of musicians, and especially coming from Lincoln, which is not like, the metropolis of music, you have to be bold, and you have to just put yourself out there and say, we are LaVire, we are heavy, but not too heavy. You will like us, put us somewhere. And we've been really lucky that it has worked, and we've been busy lately, haven't we?
And to kind of go back to the previous question with the actual sound, again, because Aaron, you're a prolific writer, and there's a lot of material, and we smash it quite quickly, I think, with the composition side of things. I think we're always thinking about the audience. So when we played, we're just on a tour, and the conversation is always, right, what kind of audience we're going to be playing for? And then we kind of cater the set for that, because we have got quite a lot of songs that we can perform. And if you've got a half an hour set and we can play over an hour, then it is sort of catering what we do. We've got a song called Silver Lining, for example, haven't we? And that's heavy. It's a heavy song. So if we go to a place and we're like, there's a lot of metalheads here, but we're like, let's play Silver Lining tonight. Where we've got another song which we play today called La Femme, which is going to come out. And that is like a big, powerful, almost like a rock ballad.
It's anthemic, talking about anthemic, that is one of those.
So we love playing it. And again, that song, again, there's been a couple of gigs where we've kind of just reacted to the audience, haven't we? And then gone, let's play La Femme. And then it's gone really well, actually. And I think that's the other thing of, having a dynamic set that you can cater for your audience.
And I guess part of it is it's playing in front of those different crowds, backing ourselves, I guess, a little bit, but trusting ourselves that we might be able to win over different crowds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, we're playing in front of loads of different people who've come from different bands. We're, I know with COVID, we're relatively new on the scene, but we found that giving it our all and, like Chloe said, networking, getting ourselves out there, meeting people, talking to our, relatively new fans and people like that, that's what's really working for us, I guess. And that's it's amazing when you get the sort of the response that we do, and you can meet people that like we do.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what is next in the pipeline? You've mentioned a single, new music, but what about gigs? Where can people see you guys?
We've got 3 singles coming out across the year, sort of June, August, October time. We are gigging across the UK, but we are looking at doing another. We've just done a UK tour. We're doing another run in. I'm looking at my phone. We're doing a run from October to December, essentially. Right. We're not going as far afield. So the last tour we went up to as far as Glasgow, down to Hastings, Brighton. This one we're doing like Norwich, like Stockton, Leicester, Rotherham, Sheffield, Nottingham, Bradford, Oldham in Manchester, Grimsby. Like it's kind of a bit more local. So like gig wise, there's a lot coming up. There are some bigger plans for next year though.
Right.
We're looking at a small run in Scotland again, but we're also looking at working with our manager Jay with Reaction Management. We're looking at a potential tour in Ireland, and also looking at France as well. Chloe being French, we want to go to France. We do try and put ourselves out to a French audience as well. So that's on the gigging front. We there's a lot of gigs in there, which is good, but we just want to get ourselves out there further afield, and just meet new audiences as well. But the big thing is we've not got a Lincoln date booked in yet, but we are looking at getting a show early 2024 at the Engine Shed in Lincoln. Right. So we will let everyone know about that when it comes out.
Can I mention the Southwest? I'm from Devon. I'd like to see you there.
Are we even playing down there? We've got
Southwest. I mean, are we playing a summit?
Oh, we're doing. We've been asked. Here's one for you. In January, we're off to. Is it Minehead? We're off to Butlins in Minehead, right? Right. This is it.
Butlins.
Right. Butlins. Right. This sounds weird, but they're paying us well.
Yeah.
To get a good set.
Oh my God.
We're in this for the money. We're being paid well. They're putting us up for the night.
Yeah.
And it'll just be a fun experience, won't it?
That was the former Giants of Rock that on the main stages they have like big cover bands. Right. But they've got introducing stage.
Yes.
That's quite a good stage, and it's at a good spot because people walking past, they'll stop. They like you, they'll stop and they'll listen. And I've been to Giants of Rock just prior to COVID, and it was really, really good. You see some really good new bands there. The guy who books them, I don't know who he is, but he's so switched on.
Well, we've got Stephen from Solid Entertainment who basically we contacted him, and then he just came straight back and went, do you want to go play this show? And I remember putting it in the group, and I think everyone was like, yes, let's do this, let's go down there. So we're quite excited for that, actually.
That'd be amazing. That's not too far away from me. I might make the journey up.
Might.
See how I feel on the day.
I'll see what the new music sounds like.
The bassist says Will.
Well, 2 bassists that day.
Wait a minute, you didn't get a name. You've just been called a bassist. So.
You don't want to know names like one.
Wow.
Moving on. Have you ever thought of doing a French language version of your songs?
You know what? That's a conversation that keeps coming up.
Right.
I've never written any song fully in French. I just found, I don't know, French language, it just has, some people love it, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy speaking my own native language, but I struggle to find the same flow as I do with English.
Right.
But maybe I just need to try harder, really. Maybe I'm just being lazy. So we had that song La Femme, which La Femme, the woman, is quite an engaged song, La Feminist, and a whole section of the song is actually in French.
Yeah.
And our manager was actually saying, "Oh, why don't you do a full French version to put it out there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they just know the words are not coming out just as easily. Maybe I've been living in England for too long.
Yeah.
But
we have that effect on people.
I know, right? I mean, God, like I came in. I just came in for a party and I'm married. Like I don't know what happened. Like no, but I think in the future that's something we will be looking at trying to do some French version of our songs, because we do want to reach the French audience, and we've been doing a bit on our social media, like we've been playing on French radios and just trying to do some shout outs and just being able to respond in French. It shows that there is opportunities to get on the market, and just need to get my head around it and just rework those songs so they fit the language. But yeah.
I mean, the European scene is quite good, especially that Spanish scene and the German
that I can't
scene as well.
You're asking too much.
No. But just once, if you open up the doors in France, surely then you're going to be more entire Europe.
I think, but yes and no. That'd be great. But we don't have. I think there's a bit of misconception from England that the rest of Europe is like very but we in France, growing up in France, you have a lot of music coming from England and the US.
Yes.
You don't particularly have a lot coming from Italy or Spain. I think it's because they know they've reached the language barrier. Most French people will understand English, but not everybody will understand Spanish. We have a few, don't get me wrong, but we will push. If we see there's like a door cracking open, we will go through that door. We will kick it open. I will learn Spanish for you, mate. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I like Spain. That's a nice holiday.
Well, the count of songs that I can uno, dos, tres, cancel. That's it, right?
And we just got cancelled in Spain.
No, it's good. It's good.
I think any Spanish promoters just like, no.
No chance. That's it. You can come, but you're leaving the drummer at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The moment you said unos.
Yes.
Uno. No, not now. Probably not the time.
Not the time.
Let me get Duolingo out later.
Moving on.
Moving on.
We've covered all the bases. Where can people find your stuff? Have you got your own website for merchandise and stuff like that?
I've got a link tree that has everything on there.
Yeah,
And
I think we have discussed that, haven't we? Yeah.
I think I need to make something clear. LaVire is spelled LaVire, just in case nobody knows. You're laughing now, but LaVire, LaVire. We are on Shopify, Spotify, everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, all the social media tags are LaVire Band.
Yeah.
Right.
At LaVire Band.
Yeah.
Rhymes with beer. Scotland has a thing.
Yeah.
When we played in Edinburgh,
Close
everyone had a
beer.
thing of calling us LaVire. So just playing and just between songs, we just got shouts from
a ritual
Spirit. And
Lovely
the guys, lovely guys. And between every song, the singer and the bassist, I think, between every song, we're just shouting,
"Oh, beer!
Okay, let's be careful. We're going to another nationality. Let's get.
Don't want to be banned from Scotland.
They did all give us loads of cans of Iron Brew, and what else was there?
That was the best. Yeah, coming to a gig and there's a woman coming to me like, "Hi, so we heard you're from England, so we brought you like a welcome package." And it was just like a bag full of Iron Brew Light,
tea caramel
bars, dark chocolate caramel bars, and tea cakes. It was like, I got it fucking cool.
Which was amazing. We had a few beers at the Airbnb, and in the morning, all
that
little
fed us for
hangovers.
like a
Breakfast was tea cakes and caramels with a side of
good.
Iron Brew. It was.
The dark chocolate
kept us
caramel.
alive. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying like if anybody comes to see us, bring us food, but do.
Yeah.
Nothing's
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing's rejected, is it? Right, guys, I'm going to leave you in peace, and hopefully we shall see each other in Minehead next year.
Yes, and thank you for. Well, we will see you maybe.
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 /will.
Yeah. get me the singles. I'll definitely give them some airing on the radio. So
Thank you.
basically, you know, I want to see you do big things. No pressure.
Thank you.
That's right. We'll try our best. We'll try our best.
It's just
a nice nudge. I like that.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Awesome.